Starting off with a savory breakfast bagel, I am using breads from Royo. I was sent their 30 cal artisan bread and their keto-friendly bagels, which I'll be using for this recipe. Now, Royo bread is a great option if you're counting macros or are overall trying to stay low in carbs. All of their breads have only 2 grams of net carbs per slice, and their bagels are high in plant-based protein. If you're a bread lover but don't want to monitor how much carbs you're consuming, this is definitely a great option. You don't have to be keto to consume this bread, by the way, but it's a great option if you are. As you can see, I've cut up my vegetables and some chicken, sausage for more protein before I toast my bagel. Now, this everything bagel has only 80 calories and 10 grams of protein, which I love. Usually, bread is a very easy way to consume a lot of carbs, so I haven't been eating it as much in my diet, but I love having this option to enjoy a more hearty, savory breakfast option. So I went ahead and threw my bagel in the oven to toast, sauteed my chicken sausage. I also decided to throw in an egg with some spinach for more nutrients, and nothing left to do here except for build our sandwich. Now, you can use cream cheese. I only had mayo, so I went ahead and used that, but use any spread of your choice. I threw on my eggs, spinach, chicken sausage, mushrooms, cucumbers, and that was pretty much it. I felt absolutely no bloating, which always happens when I eat bread, so definitely give Royo a try. Thank you so much to Royo for sending me these, and I'll leave links down below in the description box where you can grab yours. One of my favorite meals to make in the winter would have to be beef stew. Oh my goodness, this is so good. I'm always in the mood to eat this, so it's a great meal for meal prep. I never get tired of it. I cannot say enough about this, so I'm really excited to show you. So first, put some neutral oil in a cast iron pot over medium heat, and let's chop up some basic ingredients. I took a couple of stalks of celery, half of a sweet onion, and I'll chop up some carrots and potatoes as well. Make sure you wash all your vegetables and chop them as uniform as you can, like you see me doing here. Now, I'm also going to clean and cut some chuck steak. This is a pretty affordable steak wherever you go to get it. I usually shop at Whole Foods for all my meats. I also forgot to do it this time, but I've made this recipe before, and I find it best to dry your meat with a paper towel before you start cooking it off. I try to chop them into square pieces, and when the oil is hot, I throw in the meat. Make sure to turn your meat regularly so it's seared on each side, something like this, before removing from the pan. Don't worry if your pan is crispy and burnt at the bottom, that is all flavoring we'll be using for the stew. So you're going to go ahead and add in your celery and onions. I dropped a few carrots in there by accident and just let that saute. Then add in some soy sauce or tamari, some salt and pepper, and you can really season this to your liking at this point. I'm using this pot roast seasoning I found in my stash. I'll show you guys in a second. And now you can season the broth like I'm doing here, or season the meat before searing. I've tried it both ways and both techniques make for a great stew. If you do season your meat, make sure to mix it with cornstarch before you sear it. You can also add red wine here if you'd like, or go right in with stock or water like I am. I like to clean my tongs off with the water as you saw, and I'm throwing in some vegetable stock base to go with my water, some bay leaves, a little bit more seasoning, and throwing the meat back into the pot. The most important thing is to get all that flavoring up from the bottom of the pan when you're stirring, so that should be pretty easy since your pot is hot. You want to let this sit for 3 hours until the steak pulls apart like butter and the stew looks something like this. If you season the steak with cornstarch before searing, you'll have a less greasy looking stew. Like I said when I filmed this, I forgot to do the steps exactly as I have in the past, but it still turns out good. Now I add the carrots and potatoes and let that sit for 30 minutes until everything is cooked through. And that's about it. Hearty, warm, flavorful stew that is perfect for the colder months. Enjoy this. Now, I absolutely love shrimp and grits, okay? This could be perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, to be honest. I start by pouring a cup of water in a pan and I season it with salt and pepper. You can also add butter if you like. Now, you want to follow the instructions on the back of your grits container to make the appropriate serving size for you. I then have some huge tiger shrimp that I peel and devein. I'll show you what I season them with, and then I throw them in a pan with some oil. This recipe is super quick and pretty self-explanatory, so in case you like to watch recipes without the voiceover, I'll let you go ahead and enjoy this one. The only thing I will say when it comes to making grits is to make sure when you add your grits to the water, you turn the heat to low so they don't burn or stick to the bottom. And I also love adding cheese or milk to make them nice and creamy. Okay, our last recipe for this video will be a rotisserie chicken with peri peri sauce. Now, I found this on social media somewhere, and of course, I did a little variation to it. So, you want to get a blender, and to that, add in some cilantro, jalapenos, vegan sour cream, vegan mayo. These, of course, don't have to be vegan if you don't want them to be. I added some salt and pepper, some lime juice, olive oil, and garlic cloves together. Whiz this up to create a cream sauce, and this will store well for at least 3 to 4 days. When I tell y'all this is so bomb, you can use this as a dressing, a dip like you see me using here with some chicken. It's really an all-purpose sauce. And that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this recipe compilation of winter meal ideas. Let me know if you guys want a part 2. I have so many recipes that are quick, easily accessible, and delicious to keep you from eating out, spending your money, and eating outside of your calorie deficit if you are conscious of what you're consuming right now. I know it's winter arc. I know everyone is just zoning in. Thanks again to Royo for sending over some breads. Once again, I'll leave all their information down in the description box if you want to check them out. I'd love if you can give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and stay tuned for my next video. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.